Look, I know what you're thinking. Another boring assignment on some backwater planet, monitoring primitive species, filing reports that nobody reads. Yeah, that was exactly what I thought too when they sent me to Earth. But let me tell you something, the universe has a sixth sense of humor, and I was about to become the punchline. My name is Vornax, and I'm a scout for the Galactic Concordance. Was a scout. Past tense. Because after what happened, well, let's just say my career took a bit of a nosedive into a black hole. The mission was simple enough. Observe the humans at their learning institutions, gather intel on their social structures, report back. Easy credits, right? Wrong. So incredibly, catastrophically wrong. I picked a place called Riverside University because it seemed average. Mediocre even. Perfect for blending in. I mean, how dangerous could a bunch of young humans studying ancient literature and basic mathematics possibly be? Spoiler alert, very dangerous. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There was this girl. Absolutely unremarkable at first glance. Mira Kells. Sat in the back corner of every lecture hall. Never spoke unless directly addressed. Always had her nose buried in books or staring at those primitive data screens they call laptops. Brown hair, average height, wore these oversized sweaters that made her look even smaller than she already was. The kind of human you'd walk past 1,000 times and never remember. I dismissed her immediately. Big mistake. Huge. The first incident happened on a Tuesday. I remember because Tuesdays were when they served that disgusting bean water humans are obsessed with coffee, a half price. I was monitoring student interactions in the common area, pretending to be some exchange student from, let me check my notes so right, Sweden. Wherever that is. 3 of the larger male specimens were harassing a smaller human near the building's entrance. Typical primate dominance display. Boring. I was about to move along when Mira walked past. She paused just for a second, and I swear I saw something flicker across her face. Something that made my tertiary spine tingle. She didn't intervene, just kept walking. But she looked back once, and I made the mistake of following her gaze. Those 3 males? They were gone within a week. Not dead, thank the 7 moons, but gone. Transferred to different institutions, or so the rumors said. Except the rumors also said they'd all suffered identical accidents. Broken bones, psychological trauma, the works. Coincidence, everyone said. Sure, and I'm the Emperor of Andromeda. That's when I started paying attention. Mira Kells wasn't just quiet. She was hunting. But what? And why? That's what I needed to find out because my survival instincts, honed over 200 years of military service, were screaming at me to get off this planet immediately. But no, Vornax the idiot decided to dig deeper. I started tracking her movements. Not easy, considering she seemed to have a sixth sense for surveillance. 3 times I lost her in crowds. For times she appeared behind me when I could have sworn she was ahead. The girl moved like smoke, like she'd studied every security camera, every blind spot, every possible angle of approach. Then came a night that changed everything. I followed her off campus, into the older part of the city. The buildings that were decrepit, abandoned, the kind of place where smart beings don't venture after dark. Mira walked straight into the worst section like she owned it. I kept my distance, activated my cloaking field, and watched. She entered a warehouse. I waited exactly 4 minutes, that's protocol, then slipped inside. The smell hit me first. Blood. Not human blood, though. Something else. Something that made my genetic memory scream danger. I crept forward, using every stealth technique I'd learned in the academy. What I saw in that warehouse would haunt me for the rest of my unnaturally long life. Mira stood in the center of the space, surrounded by bodies. Not human bodies. Krillian bodies. You know, the species that's been terrorizing the Outer Rim for 3 centuries? The apex predators that even our best warriors think twice about engaging? Yeah, those Krillians. 6 of them. All dead. All clearly killed by hand, with brutal efficiency. And Mira? She was cleaning her knife, humming some human melody, completely calm. Like she just finished a mild workout instead of single-handedly dismantling a kill squad that could have wiped out a small colony. I must have made a noise, some involuntary gasp of horror, because her head snapped toward my position. Her eyes, previously dull and unremarkable, now blazed with an intelligence that was absolutely terrifying. She smiled, actually smiled, and spoke. I know you're there, Vornax. The cloaking field is cute, but you've been sloppy. Want to come out? Or should I make you? My blood, all three types, froze solid. Human. Error. This was not protocol. So there I was, supposedly invisible, supposedly trained in counterintelligence, supposedly a professional, and this human girl, this quiet little thing who looked like she couldn't hurt a fly, had just called me out by name. By name. I hadn't told anyone my real name on this entire planet. I deactivated the cloak. No point hiding when you've already been made. Pride demanded I at least face my death standing upright. How long have you known? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Failing miserably, but trying. Mira tilted her head, still cleaning that knife with methodical precision. Since day one. You're not as good at blending in as you think. The way you hold your eating utensils is wrong. Your walking pattern is off by 0.3 seconds per stride. And you smell like ozone and copper. Dead giveaway. 0.3 seconds. She calculated my stride variance to decimal points. What kind of monster was I dealing with? The Krillians. I gestured weakly at the carnage surrounding us. You knew they were here? Obviously. She sheathed the knife in one fluid motion. They've been operating in this sector for 6 months. Abducting humans for their experiments, testing our genetics, preparing for a larger invasion. Someone had to stop them. Your concordance certainly wasn't going to do anything useful. Ouch. Fair, but ouch. But you're just a student. A civilian. How did you even? Mira laughed. Actually laughed. The sound bounced off the warehouse walls like broken glass. Student. Right? That's adorable. Tell me, Vornax, what do your databases say about Earth's military history? Did you read past the first page? Or did you just assume we were primitives playing with sharp sticks? I had read the reports. Sort of. Skimmed them, really. There was something about constant warfare, nuclear weapons, extinction-level stubbornness. But I'd figure it was exaggerated. Every species claims to be fierce. We've been fighting each other for 10,000 years. Mira continued, walking toward me with measured steps. Each footfall echoed like a countdown. We've developed 1,400 distinct martial arts. We've weaponized everything from rocks to radiation. We've survived ice ages, plagues, our own stupidity. And you know what we learned from all that? I shook my head, unable to speak. How to hunt anything, anywhere, anytime. How to adapt. How to survive. How to win. She stopped 3 feet away, close enough that I could see the absolutely zero fear in her eyes. The Krillians are apex predators on most worlds. On Earth, they're target practice. But why you? The question burst out before I could stop it. Why are you doing this alone? Because someone has to, and I'm good at it. She shrugged like it was nothing. Like she hadn't just casually admitted to being a one-woman extermination force. My government knows. They supply me with intelligence, resources, plausible deniability. I handle the problems they can't officially acknowledge. Works out nicely for everyone. You're an assassin. Hunter, she corrected. Assassins kill people. I kill things that aren't people. Things that prey on my species. Big difference. I try to process this. Failed completely. My training had not prepared me for weaponized humans who looked like librarians. So what now? I asked. You kill me too? Silence the witness? Mira considered this for exactly 2 seconds. You're going to go back to your ship, file your report, and tell your concordance exactly what you saw here. Tell them that Earth doesn't need protection. Tell them we're doing just fine handling our own problems. Tell them that if they ever think about invading, conquering, or even mildly annoying us, there are millions more like me. And we don't play nice with bullies. The scary thing? I believed her. Every word. And the whole quiet student thing? I had to ask. Cover, she said simply. People ignore quiet girls. Makes my job easier. Plus, I actually like literature. The irony of studying human violence in fiction while practicing it in reality appeals to me. She walked past me toward the exit, then paused. One more thing, Vornax. This conversation, it never happened. Those Krillians? Industrial accident. You were never here, I was never here. And if you're smart, you'll forget this planet exists. Because the next hunter they send won't be as chatty as me. Some of my colleagues have worse tempers. Then she was gone, vanished into the shadows like a ghost. Like she'd never existed at all. I left Earth the next morning. Filed my report exactly as instructed, word for word. The Concordance archived it immediately, marked it classified, and reassigned me to a nice, safe desk job cataloging mineral deposits on uninhabited asteroids. And you know what? I am grateful, because I learned something valuable that night in that warehouse, something every species in the galaxy should understand. Humans aren't prey. They're not even predators. There's something worse. They're survivors who learn to enjoy the hunt. And the quiet ones? Those are the most dangerous of all. Because by the time you notice them, you're already dead, you just don't know it yet. So take my advice. If you ever find yourself on Earth, and you see a quiet girl in the corner, reading a book, minding her own business, walk away, run away, fly away, because that girl might just be Mira Kells or someone like her. And trust me, you really don't want to find out what she's capable of when she stops being quiet. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.